Hi everybody, it's Mike here from The Art of Guitar. I thought I would put together this quick beginner lesson for anybody who wants to learn a Christmas song. Now the timing of this is done on purpose. Right now it's a couple days before Thanksgiving. I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but if you watch it right when it comes out, you're going to have plenty of time to learn how to play Jingle Bells before Christmas comes. And it's always kind of fun when the family's over and you show them your progress, especially if you could play a holiday song on the guitar. And I'm going to teach you in a couple ways. One of them is going to be to learn the melody line. So if nobody feels like singing in the family or yourself, you could actually play the singing part on the guitar. Then I'm going to show you how to just play the chords behind the singing so that if everybody wants to start to sing along or whatever, you can actually become the accompaniment, the rhythm section, and just play behind everybody singing, which is also a really great way to do this. But you're going to be able to do it two different ways. I'll be teaching at a very beginner level, so if you already watched my video called This Should Be Everyone's First Guitar Lesson, you should have a good head start on things like holding the guitar, how to hold the pick, how to strum, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to be teaching you some new chord shapes today for this lesson, and there's only going to be 3 of them total. The challenging part might be to play the melody because we're going to be playing individual notes, but I'm going to make it really simple by teaching you phrase by phrase. And I'll just show you the music at the bottom of the screen so that you could follow along to that as well. All that being said, we're doing this lesson here on YouTube, but on the website, theartofguitar.com, I'm going to add 2 more songs. So if you sign up to the website, you can actually learn 3 songs by the time Christmas comes, and you'll have a whole set. All right, so let's begin with the melody. At the very end of this video, I'm going to put a play-along track so that you're going to be able to play either the melody or the chords along to background music. So we're going to start with the verse part of Jingle Bells, and what we're going to do is we're going to play it in the key of G. That might not mean anything at this point, doesn't matter. Just know that everything's going to center around the chord G. So in the background, the G chord will be playing, and we have to play the vocal line on the guitar, and it's actually kind of simple at first. We're going to play the open 4th string. Remember, we count this way, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the D string. So play that open. Skip and play the 2nd string now. So you have to skip over that G string, the 3rd string. So we go 4th string to 2nd string, both open. It's okay if they kind of play over each other like that for now, not a huge deal at this point. Now we're going to come back to that 3rd string that we skipped. We're going to play the 2nd fret with our middle finger. And then we're going to release that and play open G. And then go back to open D, open 4th string. So get really good at that phrase because it's going to come back over and over again. So once again, we have open 4th string, open 2nd string, go to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, play that, to open 3rd string. And then finish off by going back to the open 4th string. That's Dashing Through the Snow. Now that's if you let all the notes bleed over each other. It's okay to do that in this case, but sometimes you want individual notes and no ringing, so you could do this as well. That just takes some muting skills in the future. But don't really worry about that for now. It's not the biggest deal. Now, what's cool is we play the exact same thing again. We just end differently. So we go open 4th string, open 2nd string, fret that 3rd string at the 2nd fret, open 3rd string. Now we play the 4th string, but we fret at the 2nd fret. Isn't that cool? Now leave your middle finger where it is because we're going to need to hit it again. So it's on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Play it. We're going to go to the 2nd string, 1st fret. Then open 2nd string. Then we go to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And now the hardest part of the whole thing right here. We're going to play the 4th string, 4th fret. So you have to really reach the pinky to get that. So that's the only part that requires the 4th fret in the entire song. So that 3rd phrase is a little bit tricky. Especially if you're not used to using your pinky. It's going to get it into the game, it's going to get it into the party, and it's going to make it so it gets stronger over time. So far, let's go back to the 1st phrase. We have 2nd phrase is pretty much the same except for the final note. Keep that middle finger down for the next part. Okay, the next phrase is fun. We go to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, hit hit that twice. Go to the second string first fret. Reach over to the third string second fret. And then just play the second string open. So you get this nice. Hopefully you could hear the vocal part. You can hear the melody in your head as you play it. That's very important. Okay, so let's do all 4 phrases back to back. So the first phrase. Second phrase. Third, the tricky one. Now the fun one. That's where everybody goes ha ha ha. Okay, then we get to repeat a lot. So this is kind of fun. The next phrase, same as the very first phrase. Next phrase. See how it's the same as the first 2 phrases? So that's kind of cool when you can recycle things. You don't have to learn new things. Now it gets a little bit different here. Starts out the same as the third phrase, but then it ends different. So we have to hit that second string third fret 4 times. Now a fun walk down. Ready? We play the open first string. Go back to the second string third fret. Same string first fret. Go to the third string second fret with the middle finger. And then open third string. Then we go back to the second string third fret. That's where everybody says, oh, on that note, right before the chorus kicks in, where you actually sing Jingle Bells. Okay, here's the part that if you just want to learn the chorus, that's fine too. If the whole verse thing seems a little bit difficult and you just want to play the chorus, that's fine. Everybody knows the Jingle Bells part anyway. So let's go to the open second string, and we just hit that a bunch of times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we go like this. So that's the open second string again. Third fret of the second string. Open third string. Second fret of the third string. Open second string. So really practice this. It's a nice flowing sound. So add that with the open strings for the Jingle Bells part. Now we go to the first fret of the second string. We hit it a bunch of times. 5 times to be exact. Open second string. Reach over to the third string second fret. Back to the open second string. And back to the third string second fret. Now we go back to this D note. So that whole part is actually pretty easy for a lot of people. It's just the weird 5 count that you have to put in there, the 5 hits. So we have this one more time. A lot of my students would mess up the timing on that one because 5 is kind of an odd number. Well, it is an odd number, but in music it's kind of weird to hit 5 of something. Now we go back to the Jingle Bells. Same ending to that. Now check this out. So that's the same, but then the end changes. It's reminiscent of an earlier run. So you should kind of have that memorized by now, or you should at least be able to play through it somewhat smoothly. At the very end of the song, there's going to be a couple of chord hits in the backing track. So you really don't have to do anything at the end if you don't want to. If you really feel like you want to finish the song strong with the rest of the band, go ahead and hit those 2 chords with it. It's going to be a D7 to a G. All right, let's run through the chord progression. So like I said, you could do either one. If you want to just strum the chords so that other people could sing, or you could sing with it as well. That's totally fine as well. Actually, that's preferable if you're like a singer-songwriter type player. So the chords we're going to use, I'm going to show you the baby shapes today. If you know the bigger shapes, feel free to use those, but I'm really thinking this is for very beginners. So I like to teach the open G like this. Just a 3-string version of it for now. So just place your ring finger on the first string, 3rd fret, and then play the other 2 strings open as you include that first string. The other chords we're going to play are the C chord. So we're going to go to the 2nd string, 1st fret with our index finger, and then we play the same 3 strings. That's technically a C chord. The bigger one looks like this, but today we could just do that. The only other chord we need is a D7. Leave that index finger where it is, and just place your middle finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and your ring finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. You get this backwards triangle shape. Still just 3 strings if you want, unless you want to add the 4th string if you know the bigger version. Totally fine, but all that stuff is on the website if you really want to learn the bigger versions of the chords as well. So we're going to strum the G chord 6 times real slow. So we're going to go. Now we switch to the C chord as smoothly as possible. It might take you a while if you're not used to switching. Now we play that a bunch of times. 4 to be exact. Now here's the best part. From this we can go right to the D7 by wrapping our fingers around like we did earlier. Just 4 times. And now we go back to G. This is the best part, because watch my ring finger. It just has to slide up to the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and then you go back to that G. Isn't that great? Six times. Then we go to the C chord. That was 4. Go to the D7. And then 1 G. Then 1 quick D7. That's the O part we talked about earlier, where we hit this note in order to go into the chorus. So really it's just going to take memorizing, or you don't really even have to memorize it, you can follow the chart, but I prefer you memorize it over time, the order of the 3 chords and how many times to play each one. So it's all going to make sense when the melody is added to it. Okay, let's do the chorus now. So we're back to the G. Actually, we left off on the G, so we're good to go here. So we're going to do it 8 times for the chorus, the G, go. C chord, back to the G chord. Notice I did 2 C's and then 2 G's. Then we go to the D7 and we strum that 4 times. We're halfway done already with the chorus. Isn't that crazy? Go back to the G chord. C chord twice. G chord twice, D7 chord twice, 1 G, 1 D7, and finish with 1 G. So you're really going to want to get good at that switch, G to D7, G to D7. It takes a lot of sliding with that ring finger, which is actually pretty convenient once you get these 2 fingers used to that movement. That is the entire rhythm section for Jingle Bells, the chorus and the verse, which is great. So obviously when you do it with the song, you're not going to stop like I was doing. You're going to keep it flowing, hopefully. Don't feel too bad if there are some gaps between them for now. Eventually those are going to smoothen out and you should be able to switch without any gaps. It's always a good feeling to be able to do that. All right, let's do the backing tracks now. This should be a lot of fun. So the first one's going to be if you learn the melody and you just want some chords and drums and bass behind you, that's going to be for you. The next one's going to have the melody involved with it, so you can just strum the chords and you're the guitar player strumming in the background. Let's do the first one now.